Aerodrome is on a good run again. The leading decentralized exchange on the base chain is climbing from one height to the next, of course following the Bitcoin price. The question is, how much higher can it go? Is this organic adoption or is this manipulation? Let's have a look at the details in this video. Now, this is not the first video on Aerodrome on this channel. The last one had been published 2 months ago and it outperformed the average video. So the average video is here in gray and that Aerodrome video is in blue. But there was more than just one Aerodrome video, right? There were multiple. And the very first one actually underperformed, interestingly enough, even though that would have been the best time to buy. It's always the same in crypto, right? When prices are low, nobody wants to hear about a token. Once the price has already risen, then everybody is searching, everybody gets excited. Unfortunately, the YouTube algorithm also works that way. When there is no audience yet for a token because it's still small, then the video will not spread that much. And so that first video was published when we were still at 47 cents and now we are at $1.87. And so I publish videos regularly on this channel, right? I'm looking for altcoins that have positive momentum, but that still have a lot of upside potential as well. So if you don't want to miss the next video, feel free to subscribe over here, potentially even hit the notifications because again, the algorithm is not in our favor. Now, buying the Aero token is a bit like betting on the Base chain, right? There are several blockchains and Base is one of them. And Base doesn't have its own token. It's different to Solana where you can buy SOL. There is no Base token. So people simply buy the largest of the decentralized exchanges on Base, which is Aero. And it seems like Base is doing a pretty good job. Have a look at the total value locked development in the last month. Base was the best performing of all the blockchains. It increased its total value locked or its capital that's managed under the blockchain by 48%. And so here we've got the entire decentralized finance ecosystem. We've got 133 billion locked up. We are very close now to the DeFi summer in November of 2021. The Base chain continues to see adoption, so that's now the total value locked of Base. And of course, Aero itself sees similar growth as well. This is a TVL on Aerodrome. Now, Aero is not just the largest of the decentralized exchanges on Base, it's also the most liquid token among the trending tokens on Base. Have a look at this. The Aerodrome token has a liquidity pool of 138 million. That's roughly 4 times of what we can see for wrapped Bitcoin on the Base chain. In the last 24 hours, we have seen almost 2,000 wallets interacting with the token. But here's something interesting. Have a look at this. There's 72% sellers versus only 28% buyers. And at the same time, the price actually went up. So what this means is that the buyers tend to move much more capital on average per transactions than the sellers do. In other words, the whales might be buying. But let's try to confirm this by looking deeper into the on-chain analytics, something I do always on this channel. Let's have a look at all of those holders. Because on-chain, we've got now 217,453 wallets that hold Aero. Now, not all of those wallets are created equal, right? There are some people that have only a few cents, others that have hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of the token. What we see over here is a split up between retail investors versus whale investors. And we make this differentiation by minimum holding thresholds. On the left side, we've got the number of wallets that have at least 1,000 Aero tokens. So at the current price, that's $1,870 worth of the token. In the middle, we go at 10x in minimum holding threshold. So that's now roughly $20,000. And on the right, another 10x, so $200,000 worth of the token. We can see accumulation across the board. All wallet cohorts tend to buy. And those are charts that start in September of 2023. So they are more than 1 year in length. And we can clearly see how the interest over time increases. Here we've got the number of buyers and sellers over time. It's rising very constantly, mirroring the usage of the chain and of the decentralized exchange. And on the right side, we see the ratio of buyers versus sellers, which tends to be somewhat balanced most of the time. Over here is the 40% line, and we tend to be a bit closer to that 40% line than we are to the 60% line, right? So most days we see more buyers than sellers. Not in the last 24 hours, but we're looking now at most days. And so what then happened in the last month where the price went up by roughly 50%? Who bought here? Here we've got the same holding thresholds, but this time only for the last month. The number of retail wallets grew to 13,278. And at the beginning of the month, we were at 11,922. So that's a growth factor of 1.11 or a growth of 11%. The number of whale wallets, so the wallets that have at least $200,000 roughly worth of the token, is now at 320. And that grew from initially 293 wallets at the beginning of the month. So that's a growth factor of 1.24 or an increase of 24%. So the number of whales is growing faster than the number of retail investors. In other words, the whales are purchasing more. It is a rally that's driven by all wallet cohorts, but the smart money, right, the deep pockets, they buy even more. And so in general, we can also see how the number of wallets that interact with the token tends to go up over time. This is again the last month. It went from a bit under 1,000 wallets per day to currently more than 1,500 wallets per day. So the momentum is on our side. And I don't believe that the token price is too much manipulated. Again, because there's so much liquidity on chain. Most trading volume still happens on chain, directly on Aerodrome. So the Aero token is mostly traded on Aerodrome. Isn't that nice? We also have some trading volume on Coinbase. And yes, there is a bit of leverage in the market through perpetual futures on Bybit and on Binance and on BitGet. But it's really not worth mentioning. It doesn't really move the needle given that there's so much liquidity on chain as well. Now, here's the thing. Recently, the altcoins are having a very nice run. What we've got over here is the others dominance. So how much of all of crypto is currently in the altcoins that are not in the top 10? And within a month, this went up by roughly 25%. A lot of money from traditional finance is finally flowing into crypto again. The stablecoin market cap tends to rise. It's even accelerating recently. And that's happening since the beginning of October of last year. What we see over here, that's the Terra Luna collapse. This is the Anchor protocol going bust. This is when UST depegged. It started the bear market where also FTX imploded. And then we saw the turnaround at the beginning of October of last year. And now we really see money coming in. All of crypto is going up. This is the bull run. The issue is that especially for the people that just recently start out, most people tend to buy the things that just recently went up. Most people simply buy the things where currently a lot of attention is. But the art in crypto, I believe, is to buy the things before everybody looks at it. Because once, especially the very risky tokens, they are already large, then we mainly see profit taking. For example, here, this is the largest meme coins in the pump.fun ecosystem. So that's the launchpad of meme coins on Solana. And just have a look at this, right? This is the performance in the last 7 days. Most of those tokens went down. It's about buying tokens before they become large. For example, over here, this is the GOAT token. It's currently at 70 cents. And I try to be early on this channel, right? I published a video when it was still at 24 cents. And so this is what this channel is all about, right? It's trying to identify tokens that have positive momentum, a lot of organic growth, but at the same time that still have the 2, 3, 4, 5x potential. And so if you want to be early next time, feel free to subscribe over here. I publish videos regularly. Now, how do I find tokens like GOAT early? Why am I so confident that tokens like this can go higher? The answer is wallet tracking. So the blockchain is 100% transparent and we can have a look at what are other people doing. For example, over here, right? This is a signal today. We see how influencer CryptoGains bought the agent token for 0.035 cents. That was over here. Afterwards, the price went up by 120%. Then, of course, subsequently, it still went down. It's still up since the purchase. But that's how the game works, right? You want to buy tokens that currently have momentum. You want to take profit very early, and you want to buy the things that other influencers buy. You want to buy the things that insiders are buying. You want to buy the things that other top traders are buying. Now here's that influencer, that CryptoGains influencer. He's currently got more than 130,000 subscribers. He's reaching the 140K, and through on-chain analytics, we found a lot of his wallets. We've got 55 of his wallets that we are tracking, where we get alerts whenever he buys or sells something. And so I just had a look at his recent video. This AI agent crypto will 100% make people millions. That's the strawberry token. So that's published just 19 hours ago when the price was at 26 cents. And we got our alert that CryptoGains bought the token for 17 cents. And so subsequently, the price went up by 215%. But surprise, surprise, once the video hits YouTube, it's already too late. We did see quite a correction subsequently. So have a look at this, right? This is actually 17 hours ago, right? This is the top at 11 p.m. Now it's 4 p.m. and this video was published 19 hours ago, but that doesn't really match with the price. So the video was published somewhere when the price was already here. So something happened between recording of the price and publishing of the video on YouTube. And so here's potentially what happened, right? It's just a guess, but probably CryptoGains bought the token. He found it very interesting for whatever reason. He then potentially talked about this in his premium community. Then some of his people might find the token interesting as well, right? It might have been a recommendation to buy, but it's simply just a mention potentially in that community. A lot of his followers buy the token and they're pushing up the price further and further. And once the YouTube video hits, that's then when they tend to sell. That's probably why we see the recent decline. And so that just shows how much power there is in wallet tracking. With wallet tracking, we can be among the very early buyers. We can buy directly with the influencers, with the insiders, before all of those other people buy in. It's really about getting an edge in crypto. It's really about learning more than others. It's figuring out the data that most people are too lazy to compile or that don't have the capacity to compile. Now, I talk now a lot about this single influencer, but it's actually not just CryptoGains that we're looking at. For example, check this out. This is Crypto Banter. They've got 1.1 million subscribers. When they talk about a token in a video and thousands of people watch that video, of course this generates attention. Of course this pushes up the price. And so of course we also have some of their wallets. We've got 33 that we are tracking. Well, have a look at this. This is Alex Becker, 1.5 million subscribers. And we've got 12 of his wallets. I really believe this is the way to make money in crypto. It's not drawing random lines on charts, etc. It's getting an information edge. It's working for that information edge. And so that's why I created a tutorial course just on how to find influencer wallets, how to then set up alerts for those influencers, and how to then also interpret the signals that we get from the alerts. It's 8 videos in total, and it's all part of the premium membership of this channel. Now, I do not pump and dump on this audience, right? We are just trying to find information edge outside of the community. Now, premium is not just about wallet tracking. It's also about backtesting indicators. It's also about risk mitigation, portfolio diversification, on-chain analytics. There's more than 100 tutorial videos in total. Once we have a wallet signal, we of course also have to discuss when should we buy, when should we sell. We have to compare our on-chain analytics. That's why we've got the dedicated chats on the individual altcoins as well. So feel free to check it out. It's currently $165 per month. There's also a 1-week money back guarantee. So in case you don't like premium, in case you don't learn anything, just message me within the first 7 days and I will refund you 100%. There's really zero risk for you. And so does it make sense to buy the Aerodrome token right now? Does it make sense to buy Aero? I believe it's a very nice mirror of the general crypto market and also of the base chain specifically. I believe if the adoption of meme coin trading and of AI agent trading on the base chain goes up, then of course also Aerodrome goes up. Aero is broadly owned by all kinds of holders, so it's unlikely going to crash by 50, 60, 70% unless Bitcoin sees such a depression as well. Over here, we've got the Aerodrome performance relative to Bitcoin and the potential upside if base continues to grow faster than the rest of the market is 60% relatively speaking. And maybe from that point onwards we can even hit new all-time highs. It is a bit about tokenomics as well, right? It's about whether or not the stake tokens, etc. get sold off. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you in the next video or see you in premium. Cheers!